new Filipino law requires all students to plant 10 trees if they want to graduate.
Here's a summary of the article.
A new Filipino law requires all graduating high school and college students to plant at least 10 trees each before they can graduate. The law formalizes a tradition of planting trees upon graduation, which is also hoped to simultaneously combat global climate change. The proponents of the law say the legislation could result in as many as 525 billion trees planted in a generation if it is properly adhered to. The Philippines Magdalo Party representative Gary Alejano, who was the principal author of the legislation, said, with over 12 million students graduating from elementary and nearly 5 million students graduating from high school and almost 500,000 graduating from college each year, this initiative, if properly implemented, will ensure that at least 175 million new trees would be planted each year. Even with a survival rate of only 10%, this would mean an additional 525 million trees would be available for the youth to enjoy, when they assume the mantle of leadership in the future. The trees will apparently be planted in mangroves, existing forests, some protected areas, military ranges, abandoned mining sites and selected urban areas, according to CNN's Philippines news service. Illegal logging remains a problem for the country, and the lack of trees in some areas has exacerbated the risk and the impacts of floods and landslides.
This post received a score of 47,369, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than the trees will apparently be planted in mangroves, existing forests, some protected areas, military ranges, abandoned mining sites and selected urban areas, according to CNN's Philippines news service. The government said the species selected for planting must be appropriate to each location, climate and topography of the area, and there will also be a preference for indigenous species. I thought the students would just plant 10 trees in their backyard to cheat out of the program. Turns out I was wrong lol.
Unless they live in mangroves, forests, etc. Nothing more manly than living on a mangrove.
Grove trees, home, at least it used to be until I fucked everything up.
It's an older meme, but it checks out.
We gotta show those ballas motherfuckers we mean business. Grabs his gardening gear.
Grabs hoe and starts plowing. Degree.
It's an older meme, but it checks out.
The article is a bit misleading. It insinuates that a law has already been passed, when in reality it is still under the legislative approval process. It has been approved in one of the chambers of PH Congress, the House of Representatives, but it still needs to be drafted and approved as a Senate bill, which doesn't exist as of the moment, be signed by the President, etc. etc. Just thought I'd share this, since as a Filipino student myself it seemed a bit strange never hearing of the law myself.
PH has found a great PR spinner, it seems. Awesome geopolitical courtship is going on.
It's the latter. Whitewashing brutal fascist despotism.
Greater than whitewashing. Less than Trump's voice. Greater than string of pearls. Gotta have the string of pearls, folks. Less than Trump's voice. Greater than
pearl necklaces, folks.
The Philippines have removed 90% of their forest, endangering a ton of species in the process. This is the least they can do.
The same is true in places like the UK, which were previously completely forest, and in reality the beautiful rolling hills are a wasteland of what used to be a habitat for thousands of species.
Yep, the wealth of the West was built on breaking the rules we now expect other countries to abide.
Colonialism be dat way.
Is education free there?
K-12 public school is available to all, and K-12 education, including that from private schools or homeschooling, is compulsory. State post-secondary schools mostly have fees and tuition, but many, including the flagship University of the Philippines system, has a socialized tuition system, according to income.
There is a free college education law already signed by Duterte. All state colleges, universities are now free. Students just pay for miscellaneous expenses.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.